love me. Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.
All right, everyone, so we're back with another mod review. I'm really excited to show you this one. This one is brand new to the mod store. It is created by the one and only Gunner from, you guys may all know Gunner from GDG Tools. Gunner Does Games is his name. And yes, about a little over a week ago, Gunner put this mod out into the mod store. Keep in mind, this is a work in progress. It is still being worked on as far as balancing and getting everything to work accordingly. But rest assured, Gunner is an amazing developer and definitely works very hard to make sure that he provides you quality mods that work. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So this is Seeds Galore. So GDG Seeds Galore is what it is called. You can see all the cool stuff behind me, so we will go ahead and get into it now. The bench that you see directly behind me with the tree on it, that is your bench that you are going to use to craft everything. So this is kind of the nucleus of the whole mod, so to speak. This is crafted at level 20, and that is where you will get your first resource crop plot to craft as well. So let's go ahead. We'll take a look in my inventory. You can see what the seeds bench will actually take. It's this one here. Apologize for all the other mods I have on here from the other reviews, but this is it. GDG Seeds Galore Workbench. It will take you some hide, some stone, some raw metal, and some wood in order to craft it. Now we can go ahead and go into this bench and talk about all the lovely things that you see inside. Before we get into the multitude of seeds that there are, we're going to talk about some of the things that you can craft that are going to be important in progressing in using this mod or having it work the way you want it to. Now, first things first is this metal ore pick. So this metal ore pick you are going to use on crystal to get some of the ores that are required. I will show you what those are in a moment. But keep this in mind. This is going to be an important thing to have. Obviously, hitting your crystal in order to get the materials that you're going to need to craft some of the things within this mod. The other thing here that is also really important is the metal sickle. The metal sickle you are going to use on bushes, obviously, to get another type of resource that you are going to need in order to craft some of the things within this mod. So, few moving parts within this. Now, the crop collector, pretty self-explanatory. This is automatically going to pull your crops from the crop plots, or pick them, and any seeds and whatnot that you have in there. So that's going to do that job. Currently, it does not seem to be working, but don't you worry, it is being worked on and it will be fixed probably very, very soon. In the meantime, anybody who is familiar with the GDG Tools mod, you can use the farm collector, which is the exact same thing as this. It is pretty much a replica, and it does work. It is going to do the same thing that this thing will do once it's corrected and fixed, but don't worry about it. Okay, so but right now I would recommend maybe installing both. Most people use GDG Tools, from what it sounds like. Anyways, it's definitely worth taking a look at. I did do a video on that, so anybody who does not know what I'm talking about, definitely go check that one out. It's definitely worth it. So another thing here is the compost bin. So this compost bin, also pretty self-explanatory, but this is going to create your fertilizer at a very fast rate, so there's no more waiting hours and hours for your fertilizer to be done. Fantastic. It's also going to send that fertilizer to the crop plots. Another thing currently, as of this date, June 9th, it doesn't seem to be distributing the fertilizer to the plots, but that's okay because the GDG Tools has something very, very similar, which I did set up just so you guys can see. It's going to make your compost, distribute your fertilizer. It's going to do all of the exact same things, so that's what you can use in the meantime. I thought it was a cool idea, so Gunner did add some stone foundations. They are cheaper than your vanilla counterpart stone foundations, and they look a little bit different, but in a good way. So it's a nice change to what the foundations look like, and it's kind of a nice added touch to your garden itself. Now you can see the different crop plots here. So the resource crop plot right here, this is the first tier. Like I said, that is something that you are going to learn at level 20. You can see in here it is going to take opal ore, so that is one of the ores that you will get out of the crystal using your special pick. Next crop plot that you can use is the high yield. So that one will be learned at level 36. It's used for farming berries and veggies. Uses the power of RGB and special ore to give you 20 times the yield. Now both of these plots that I've just shown you have 2 times the auto greenhouse effect. We'll just go to the other crop plots here. Ultra resource crop plot. It is a small garden plot that's going to grow your everyday resources, and this one is 3 times your greenhouse effect. Now, this one is going to be learned at level 45. So the last plots that you will learn is this AAA plot and the God tier plot, God resource plot. These will be learned at level 80. So you can see they take quite a bit more resources than their other ones. This AAA is where you will be able to grow artifacts. One thing you can grow in here is raw meat, but I did read currently you have to have friendly fire turned on in order for those to work. I believe that's what I read. Gunner, if you watch this video, let me know if I am still correct on what I read. So that's it as far as the crop plots go. Now I did skip out on this shovel. So the shovel is a versatile metal tool. It's going to be used for improving your crop plots, burying and unburying treasure, and finding underground water in an emergency. Now, as you can see in a little disclosure here, you have to own Ark's bobtail in order to craft this item. I do not own Bob's tall tail, so I cannot play with this shovel or show you much to do with it, but just know that it is there for people who do have that. Now, next up here is your Phoenix Forge system. This is going to require spark powder or power to activate, and it's going to smelt down some of these ores that we will take a look at in order to make some other stuff. So we will take a look at that bench over there in a second. Now Gunner did a fantastic job with the benches. I love what he does with all of the benches that he does in all of his mods. They are very detailed. He puts a lot of work into those, and I think he does a really great job. I really like the way that they look. Now, you've got the crystallizers here. So you've got the regular crystallizer. You're going to put Jessens in it. Jessens is what you are going to use your sickle for to get out of your plants. I'm going to show you guys that. Don't you worry. And you're going to use that and other material to convert it into something useful, ? And I will show you that. Here is the enhanced crystallizer. Same idea, but it's faster. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. That is pretty much everything as far as the little items go that you're going to craft. Now we'll go back up to the top really quick, and you can see, so similar to another mod review that I have done, which is the seed farm one. So this is pretty much same idea. You can grow resources. So you can kind of take a look. You have got your salt. So Jessens is going to be key in making most, if not all of these. So you could grow raw salt, you can grow rare mushrooms, you can grow rare flowers, honey. You can start growing Jessens, so you will have an abundance of it. You can see it takes quite a bit just to make the seed in order to grow it. This one I actually did plant, and I think it's really cool. It is a dye seed. You plant this, you're going to get every single color dye you could possibly make in Ark. So you've got blood pack seeds, you've got your biotoxins. Here are the meats ones. So you've got plant species R1 seed. So that's going to be your raw meat, your raw fish, your raw prime fish meat, your raw mutton, your spoiled meat. Here is the apex drop seed. So this is going to craft or create those trophies, grow those trophies that you get that you need for the boss fights. Here is the artifacts one. So again, these are the 2 that are going to be grown in that triple crop plot that you make at level 80. Everything else is pretty much grown in the resource crops. the resource plots, sorry. So element, black pearls, stimulants, you got your cactus saps, you've got your spark powder, your narcotics, your metal ingots, your gas, your cementing paste, your charcoal, your electronics, silk, sap seeds, pearls, obsidians, keratin, hide, you name it, you can grow it. You can also see here the regular seeds are there. Those regular seeds are made specifically or grown, I don't know why I keep using the word made, grown in these high yield crops. So you cannot plant any of the other stuff, the weird resources that don't normally grow out of the ground in any of these plots. So I will tell you what those plots are now that we're out of that bench. But the high yield ones is where you will just grow your regular, typical citronella, savorroot, that kind of stuff. So here is the Phoenix Forge system, so we can turn that on. You can take a look. Actually, just take a look. Admire the work put into the bench. I thought it was really, really well done. Very different, very cool. Love it. So you can see here, so abyssal ore, opal ore. Those are the two ores that I was speaking about that you will need to use a special pickaxe. It's called a pickaxe, right? A pickaxe hitting the crystal. That's what's going to get you those ores. And the Jessens, like I said, is going to end up coming from your fiber bushes. So here is where you will make your phoenix dust, your ashes ingots, all of these things that you will require to craft some of these seeds that you saw in there. Here is the crystallizer. Crystallizer is going to use Jessens and opal ore in order to make the crystallized Jessens. You saw crystallized Jessens is an ingredient in the seeds recipes. And here is the enhanced one, which we saw was faster, and it will also make the supercharged crystallized Jessens, which is also another resource required to make the seeds. Apologies, losing my words here. Okay, so over here is the Seeds Galore auto collector that I mentioned. So like I said, for now you will need to use the GDG farming one, which is this one here, farm collector. See, this one is collecting. Again, this is going to be more balanced. Right now, the amount of resources that you get might be considered to be a little bit OP at the moment, but that is all going to be figured out very soon, so not to worry. Now, like I said, this is the crop collector. You can see it does give you a wheel menu here, so you turn it off and on here. Turn on collecting the crops, turn on collecting the seeds, turn it off if you don't want to. You get the idea. Like that they change colors so you know which one is on, which one is off. The other thing, really quick before I go over the plots themselves, so you can kind of know what plot is which, is the compost bin. So here's the compost bin. So as you can see, this is working to automatically pick up feces that is dropped on the ground. So whether from my character here or any of my dinos lying around, this does and is currently working to automatically collect that, which is great. You'll have to throw some thatch in there. And then, yes, it's super fast, as you can see, for making fertilizer. Now, like I said, currently the distributing it to the crop plots doesn't seem to be working, but again, that is a work in progress, and it will be because it works using the same kind of idea on his GDG tools. So that's what I have built here. This is not part of Seeds Galore. What you see in front of me, the beaver box and the fertilizer silo, that is part of the GDG tools mod, but I'm just using it to kind of give you guys an idea that these items will still do the same thing that this is supposed to do, while this is not currently working. Okay, so here we are at the plots themselves. So the high yield crop plots, like I said, are only going to be used for your basic veggies. These littler ones here. So this one here is the ultra. So that one is growing my honey right now, as you can see. What I really, really like is that as these are growing, you can kind of see the honey slowly coming up out of the ground until you get this lovely hologram floating in the air, which tells you that the crops are done and grown. Thought that was a fantastic job on that. It was really cool to watch. As you can see here, actually, we want to talk about this, the Phoenix fertilizer. I put that in there so you can make Phoenix fertilizer in that fertilizer bin right on over here. And that is hyped nitrogen fertilizer that helps grow fast and in their plots. So there you go. I forgot to show that while I was over here. This will help your crops grow faster, and that's kind of what you're using this Phoenix Forge system for. Here is the dye, like I said. How cool is that? Look, just an endless amount of dye, so much dye, so many different colors to choose from. Came in handy for coloring any of my outfits. Now, I did grow the blood packs. Just thought it was different. Why not? Just to give you, and also give you guys an idea of what these kind of look like. Like, very well done. Of course, it only is going to get better from here. I was growing the element, so you can see that. Veggie cakes, black pearls. Here I have the artifacts growing. They are not fully grown, but you can see that they are slowly coming up out of the ground like I had mentioned. And when completed, they should look like the rest of them. But they're not done yet. And I'm on single player. So these definitely are taking a long time. Definitely doesn't seem to be too OP as far as these go, because I haven't gotten them to grow as of yet. But I just planted these not that long ago. All right, so without further ado, I do have a teleporter, so I will take you guys over to some crystal, so you guys can take a look. Where's my sickle? At kind of the things that you get. But before we do, I mean, I have bushes here. So the sickle, like I said, is going to get you the Jessens that you need. So you can see that over in my left-hand corner here, how I'm getting the Jessens. It also isn't destroying the plots. I don't know if that's intentional. Or the crops, which I'm not mad at, because obviously if I needed fiber, it's not giving me fiber and Jessens. It's still there. I could whip out my other sickle and just get the fiber from it, so to speak. But this is going to give you the Jessens, like I said, that you're going to need. It's a very important resource for you in order to get things to do what you need them to do. So I'm just going to go up here on the mountain using my teleporter, and we will bang out a couple pieces of crystal so you can get an idea of what that's like as well. When I was trying it out, I was over there at the volcano, lots of crystal over there, so probably one of the better places to go to try to spam some of these. Now, crystal should be always some crystal lying around here. Am I gonna be made out to be a liar? Of course I am. There it is. Okay, make sure I have the right tool in my hand. I did. So, there you go. There's the ores that I'm getting from the crystal. Those ores you saw come up from those metals, those are not from GDG Galore. Ignore that. That never happened. But yes, this is definitely where you're going to get to those opal ores that you are going to need. So keep that in mind. I think it's a really cool idea when you can incorporate the resources that you need in order to make some of the things in of these mods directly into like the rocks and stuff within the game. I think that's a pretty cool idea. So let's go ahead and head on back. So you guys all get the idea. It is a fantastic mod so far. Of course, it being literally a week old, maybe a tiny bit more than that. The little tiny issues that it's having, obviously we would expect. I don't know anything about developing mods or anything like that, but I think overall it's going to work and do what it's intending to do, like grow your resources. You're able to gather the stuff that you need to make these resources or make these seeds and whatnot. Again, big shout out to you, Gunnar. Really great job. Really like what you did. Again, everybody, the balancing and how much this is actually going to yield to you will be changed. The compost bin will be corrected, and the crop picker upper obviously will be working as well. But like I said, there are ways around some of those small things, not a major impact in how the mod works itself. Okay, so I do appreciate everybody, all the support, everybody watching the videos, liking the videos, commenting. Really do appreciate each and every one of you. Appreciate you, all of you developers, Gunnar, especially you. You guys are all doing a fantastic job. Keep up the great work. Remember, be nice to your developers. They are doing this for free, and they're doing an amazing job. And it's all new, still new, even though ASA has been out for a few months now. Everybody's all working through all the kinks and everything else. So, anybody who's interested in joining any of the servers we have, I will leave a link to the Discord in the description of the video. Again, really do appreciate everybody who's been watching, all the subscribers. You guys really make me feel very special, and I do appreciate you guys. And again, I will see you all in the next one.